Well, hello, everybody. We welcome you back to another episode of United Earth Angels Series Podcast, episode 53. And we are here today again with a 10-part conversational series that we have been having over the past 7 weeks now. Yes, implementing love in your business daily. And we've had a special guest here the whole time with us, and he'll be introducing himself shortly. But who am I? For all of those new viewers tuning in today, I'm Toby Staples. I'm a self mastery mentor, but I'm an earth angel first. I'm a ball of love and joy first, primarily. But yes, I have 22 books, 5 empowerment programs, and I am flooding the world with flow, feeling love over worry. And yeah, here today to host another great episode. And as the co-host, you want to introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, ma'am. Hello. I'm Andy Joe. I'm an Earth Angel, a wife, and a mama of 11. And I have 4 published books and 1 published song. And I'm completely amazed at the things that I've been able to do. And I will have more songs soon. And I appreciate y'all coming in and watching our podcast.
And let's introduce to the stage our special guest, Jacques. Jacques, introduce yourself to the world and all of the amazing stuff that you provide.
Yeah, my name is Jacques Skotecki. I'm a business innovation strategist, and unfortunately, I only have 1 book behind me or on me, so I have to catch up to you, Andy, to get to 4, hopefully within the next year or two. And what we do is we empower business owners to make sure that they're seen. We're a lead gen company, and our concept is based on an idea that leads fall through the cracks, and we have the automation to make sure that they don't fall through the cracks. And this invitation by Toby and Andy to have a conversation about the connection between love and business is what this is all about. And also, it's an opportunity for me to refresh my concepts of saying, how does love connect to business, right? And the conversation we're having today is how to build a love-based community around your brand. And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes, and it's really, really important to do that because uh, me knowing how important that is, I created an empowering you to flow, but it was originally empowering you to, the community just was an empowerment community. But now, with the global movement behind it of love and infusing love in the world, not just in only everything I think, do, and say, well, we've got a great community with 25 experts in there for everybody to show love in there. So it's really, really important to have a love based community around your brand because it provides support. Who's clanging dishes? Can you mute yourself, whoever is? Oh, I hear something clanging in the back. But yeah, it's really, really important. Love is important, but you got to love yourself first in order to build a love community based anything. Guys, we'll round robin it today. Feel free to jump in, keep this conversation going. I don't want to keep taking the stage solely. You guys got to jump in here and bring your expertise. So look, the first topic we were going to touch on today, the first point was creating a customer advisory board. Okay? And how do I see that? Well, listen, I've been the president of a board of directors for the largest cooperative housing unit in North America. Yes, I have done that. And I sat in that position for 3 years. But I also was the secretary and I was also the treasurer at one point. So I sat in many positions of the board of directors. So I know what it is to advise a whole board of decisions and to override what wasn't right. I've done that. Well, it's really important to allow your customers to advise you of what they need and be open to that, be flexible to that, be open to, because you can consider creating a customer advisory board the same way you've got a board of directors. They're correlative. But how are you running that advisory board? With love or with judgment? or do you feel creativity? Do you want to hear feedback, or do you just want to hear what you want to hear? I'll throw that at you.
That goes a long way with my little my little board, you know, the 11 kids. I didn't used to listen. I'd hear them, but I didn't listen. But once I started listening, it becomes a calmer environment. It becomes an environment with love, because you can, as a parent or a boss, you can talk all you want. You can get aggravated, get mad, yell, scream, whatever. It's not going to work, because you're not telling them with love, and you're not really listening to what they need in order to have an environment that is healthy for everybody. Everybody has to listen with love, not judge, take in what people are saying and make it flow. You can't just be one of those bosses that's like, my way, my way, my way, my way. There's no love in that. You can't. I've been in those situations, and yes, for a long time, I stayed silent. I was like, okay, I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to do it right. Da, da, da. Even when they'd ask my opinion, they'd still do it their way. But as I've gotten older, I've literally not. Last time I had a job, they were like, oh, you got to do it this way, this way, this. I said, well, let me show you the way that I know works to do this. And then you can tell me, if you don't want me to do it that way. And that's fine. I just want to show my way. And they're like, okay, well, they end up going my way. But, you got to have ears that listen, not just decorate your head.
Yeah, true. Jock, you going to jump in here and add to this?
Yeah, I mean, I think I like your analogy, Andy, in regards to being a mom with a bunch of kids, right? It's like that's very challenging, and I mean, in business sometimes we don't have when you're a small business, you don't have the benefits of having an advisory board. And the way to operate then is just to make sure that on a regular basis we ask feedback from our clients. And as we work with them, we ask them what type of improvements, what they like in our service. Like they bought 5 things and now they're saying, okay, what other things do you need? Do you think that you need? They would say, oh, we need this, that, and that. So it gives us an opportunity, number one, to really, really assess what their basic needs are when they do bid marketing with us, but also allows us to have access to new services, new platforms that we want to offer. So when we really understand that if we're giving them 5 features, they may only need 3, and we take out the 2 other features and we just mix and match. But having regular conversations with them and asking them their feedback is very, very powerful. And that becomes an advisory board. I mean, it's when you get the feedback from your clients, right? Ideally, you want a third party where you can have a budget, you can hire somebody and pay a board of directors, and then they manage that section of your business. But not all of us are there right now, So that's the way I look at it.
I love that. And what it brings up for me is people realize, they think, oh, I'm not an expert in that stuff. I can't do that stuff. I need an expert. But if they take it down to the simplest form of what this stuff really truly is, you see, Andy's using with the kids is a great example, because when she's serving them a meal, well, she can apply those techniques of feedback the same way she would in her business. But do moms think of that? Because, hey, how did you like it? What do you prefer in it? How could I make it better for you? You see, we all love to ask people how they love their coffee. Well, why can't they ask how they would love their product or their service? You see, what I've done in my leadership program, okay, that clanging, I got to mute some. Jock, is that you? Can you mute yourself? Because the conversation is hard. All I hear is metal clanging. Okay. So, what I've done in my leadership program is this: I expect feedback all the time. And I ask. And recently, one of my leadership crown activated earth angels said to me, Toby, there's been a lot of content. And I love that last class that you gave us that time to just discuss and flow and really have that processing time because we're all adjusting to the new frequency. That was really, really, really beneficial for me. And it really shows that you're flexible to our needs more than we really ever realized. Because you come hard all the time, but you're also very flexible to what we need at that moment. It doesn't matter what you have planned for us. If we need something else, you provide that. So, what did I do with that feedback? I created the next two classes to be just that, but amplified so that everybody gets like a charging station for what they need in that program, in the process. Because when we're all feeling like we're adjusting to newness, we also need to feel that vibrancy no matter what. We need that adjustment period, especially when you're going go, 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 go all the time. So I've had my I wouldn't call them clients. I call them my heartful connections that I've been able to assist them to their highest potential of who they are, not emotionally dependent on me and what I provide. No, emotionally dependent on themselves. So, therefore, you see, it's really, really important that you all take these things down to the simplest form and look at them from, wow, well, maybe it's not a certification, but I'm certified in the same right in so many different aspects of my life. You have so many skills and experiences that you really don't dive into unless you do. Hey, and guys, and you know what? Our time is running because it never stops on us. So we're going to talk about next pointer because, yeah, we got to get to it. Hosting community events. So, guys, I'll let you guys round robin with this, and then I'll come back and put in my input. So, who wants to kick it off, Jacques or Andy? Who wants to talk about hosting community events?
Well, I don't have much experience with hosting community events, but I'd love to start. So, Jacques, what kind of input would you like to tell me to help me start?
Well, what we've done is we create 21 events in 21 different cities across the U.S. And one way to build our community is we invite our prospects and our clients to join one of our 3 events. And that's how we have the sense of building community. That's one way. We have 3 different topics that we present: Google Business Profile, lead generation techniques, and the other one that's very, very important is a conversation around branding. But what we also do is we have a show that we call Business Growth. It's called a Roofing Business Growth Circle. That's a new podcast that we have up and running right now, and Toby, you'll be one of our guests. And what's nice about that, it educates the community. It really educates them on understanding different ways of looking at different problems or different opportunities. So meetups and Eventbrite is a great way, Andy, to reach out, especially with your skills and what you have to offer on your site. I mean, Eventbrite is free. I mean, it's a free service. It's very simple to set up, and you just promote it. And what's interesting is you can promote it regionally or nationally. We do it regional, as I said, in 21 cities, because that's one way for us to reach out to different people in different markets. But that's a very, very powerful and cost-effective way of hosting community events.
Okay, nice. And you can just host them like on Zoom or wherever, and you don't have to like.
Yeah, you can also use this platform if you want. We are Zoom users. I know people out there use Teams, and then other people use what they call a Google
Meet.
Google Meet. But Google Meet is nice, but if you don't have a Gmail account, you're screwed. and being perceived as a company offering a service on a free app. It's like people that don't pay the they people that are offering Zoom for free. I mean, let's say you're dealing with a company, so come to my Zoom account, and then after 39 minutes, you're cut off because it's a free account. That does not
Yeah.
look good. So you have to have a paid account at least of anything, whether it's $10 a month or $15 a month to look professional. But that's a great way to build your community. And you know what's nice is when they sign up and they don't show up, believe it or not, they become a hot lead because now they feel guilty because they didn't attend. So when you call them and say, "Hey, I'm so sorry that you were not able to attend our event," you'd be surprised the conversations you have. So that's a great marketing tool at a ridiculous low cost.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I just upgraded my actually my StreamYard package to be able to host webinars now. So yeah, yeah, up to 1,000 attendees. So yeah, I've noticed that I get cut off on my summit talks, and I've gone to a lot of community events, and I love the networking, and I love the community events and the breakout rooms and the meeting everybody. But my energy seems to really jerk technology. So now I've had to branch out my way to make sure that my technology is not going to play with me, and it's going to be able to provide that value when I host a community event. So I think I've gone from now speaking at community events to now I'm going to start hosting my own community events, flow events, and with experts and other earth angels that are taking the stage and allowing them to literally speak and flow and share their messages. And it's time for me to set up a platform for all of them in the leadership program that are ready to do so, to do it. So that's what I've done. And it's a part of loving my brand and loving who's connected to me, is making sure that their growth is always expansive and guaranteed while they work with me. You see, I'm not about keeping somebody in a loop. About getting them to total expansiveness of whatever's possible for their heart and what they desire. And that's what I make sure I do.
Yeah,
So,
and the challenge of offering something that empowers people and in the same time making them feel they're part of something is a challenge, is really a challenge because whatever we're doing, we're still running a business and a business to empower other people, right? I mean, you have to pay the bills, but at the end of the day, it is challenging on saying like, what are the different ways that I can build that community? I can get my followers and make them happy, and then get them to introduce you to other people that would be interested in what you have to offer. And that's a skill. It's a journey, right? It's a journey. And we don't
well,
have the skills to excel in all of that. There's always areas where we're better than others, and it's always challenging, because you need those skills, and that's why you need coaching, right? That's why you need coaching, and through coaching, you are able to implement those new skills that you didn't know that you didn't know, or that you didn't have.
well,
Yeah, all the skills are inside of you.
yes. And you know what? That leads to our next topic, which are our next point of discussion today, because we've got only 10 minutes left for all of you. It's develop a brand ambassador program. And I'll fly that one open because everybody in my program that works with me, they all now have a link as an affiliate ambassador of my program, which they all make a very substantial amount of commissions if they lead anybody to my program. So it's everybody flows and rises together financially as well too, all with the same structure of mastery. And that's what I've done. So, and every single one of them, one sale puts them pretty,
Oh,
literally. Like this isn't just a 10% I love you commission. No, this is you know what? You make a sale, it's going to make a big difference in your life. Yeah. So you guys can drop that, but that's what I've done in my leadership program and in my Empowering You to Self Mastery program. Anybody that's in my program getting the best out of life right now, for themselves, that show up for themselves, have the access to make big bucks with all that I'm doing also.
Yeah, we do the what we do is we have affiliate programs, and they have an affiliate link. It's really easy. They click a button, they just put their information in there, they put their PayPal account, and every 30 days they get a commission. It depends on what service, right, that we offer, but some they get better commission than others, and it's negotiable. And then once they bring in 10 sales, then we put them at another level of commissions. And a lot of people, they're not really in it for the money, honestly, because they saw a difference in their lives, in their businesses. And now when they talk with other business owners, they said, you know what, you need to meet Jacques and have a conversation with him, because what they do is really out of the box and will make a difference, because no one needs help. Everybody needs to be empowered. And that's why I think affiliate programs are of appeal, right, to people, because it gives them an incentive in referring you, right? And then the other conversation is about an ambassador program, which is very similar, but I guess it's a world that I'm not comfortable in, because a lot of things that I don't know about a really good ambassador program, but that's something that I have to learn over time.
Well, ambassador program, it's like all of the people that have in my leadership are ambassadors already of the because to get to my leadership, you have to have completed the first step mastery course. You can't just get into my leadership program. So by the time you've done a second step with me, well, you're already ambassadors of the previous one, that because you believed in the process, you felt the change. You're now in the next step of it. So you are the living example of what that program is. So now, how are you not an ambassador of it? You're a living, breathing example of it. So it's an unconscious thing that happens. It's not something that, they are walking, breathing testimonies of that program that they now all have links to, that they can sell on their own. And what do people get? The recordings in the workbook. And if they want, they can do it on their own time. And if they want more, like they want the coaching for that program, everybody in my leadership has already successfully completed that program and can coach and lead anybody through that program. So they also, not only do they get the commissions off of my program, Sal, but they also have an opportunity to get paid for their coaching through that program that they ambassador for. So not only have I opened up a commission for them, but I've opened up opportunities for them all to step into their expert roles to lead others through what they just lived. You see?
That sounds something called capitalism. Is that what they call it?
Oh, I don't know what they call that, but it's called, you know what? No, it's called lead. A master only has to be a couple of steps ahead of the student. Like my level of mastery, I cannot work with somebody who's brain dead and resistant. I can't. That takes somebody who's just a little couple steps higher than that person to change them. Water finds its own level. These individuals were ready to be just as powerful as I am. They saw it in me and said, I want that for me because I've got that in me. And I showed them how to get it for themselves. So they've mastered the trail. Well, there's others now coming to that trail that are fresh. So they each have an opportunity in their own right, because they're all in my leadership. They all still have me as a mentor. They all have access to me. But I am not the reward and the prize for anybody coming on board. They are their own reward and their prize. They're showing up for themselves, not for me. You see? And I want everybody to be as powerful and as financially free as I am setting myself up to be. I don't fly alone. I got to bring everybody up. Water, when the tide raises, it raises all boats.
Yep. As long as you have the right type of boat and no holes in it, right?
Yeah, but you have to have the right crew, right? Because sometimes if you have the wrong crew, they're going to do it their way or the highway, and you're not going to have a strong crew. So you need to have the right people that connect to what you can offer them as possibility and options to improve their business, improve their life.
Well, it's called you either own your earth angel status or you don't. And whether they choose to or not, to be honest with you, I
Yeah.
couldn't give a fuck. I own my stripes. I'm Commander Earth Angel here on this planet. You think I care? No. My job is done. And other Earth Angels are activated. It's not about saving people. It's about, do you want the best possible for yourself? Yes or no? What you decide, I'm fine with. I love you anyway. But I got to keep going because there's many Earth Angels activating and awakening to their highest potential because the whole world is about to be flooded with that. We are creating now a source creation. That's the power and the frequency on this planet right now. Anybody who taps into that and uses it intentionally, what? That's it. It's time for the last to be first and the first to be last.
Yeah. And the meek shall inherit the earth.
That's right. And we're about to. So this is what I mean. Like, look, as the world seems to be collapsing with all of these restrictions and limitations, well, do you think any of the earth angels are feeling it no matter what's going on in the world? No, because we are the lighthouses to shine the light for all of those in the turbulent sea. But we're structured and we're lit to guide all back to the flow state of highest potential because we can all weather any storm, just as the lighthouse does. Doesn't matter what's coming, what tide is there, or what boat is in the ocean. There's nothing excluded.
Very well said. Very, very well said. I like that.
Well, guys, we got 2 minutes here left, so we're going to round robin quick. Guys, drop some golden nuggets quick, fast, fire fast round before we wrap it up. All right, let's go. Andy, drop it quick.
Hello. And I would love to say I love you all. And I hope you love yourself before you release any love from yourself. Because otherwise, what are you really releasing? Have a wonderful day.
All right, Jack. Jack, come on.
And what I'm thinking about again there is the secret in anything you do is create engagement. And if you want to find out how you can create engagement in 30 days, go to Jacques Skotecki, Jacques360.com, as you see in the bottom there, and click engagement in 30 days. And you get an email every day with 3 lines giving you ideas on how you can connect to the people that really, really, really want to find out more about what you do.
No, that's awesome. I'm always grateful for everybody's time and energy here and the space that we share here, Andy and Jacques, amongst us. And it's been really great doing all of these episodes. And we have 2 more left out of our 10 series conversation. So I'm really hoping you guys will join us next week, same time, Mondays at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, live and uncut like we do. We come and give it to you real, raw, and truthful because that's what the world needs right now. And it's all backed by love. All backed by love. And you know what? Reach out because nobody should be excluded if they need help. And this is what we do. We guide others to their highest potential of all that they can do. Okay? And there's no judgment in that. It's love, compassion, unity, and it's a want and need for all to feel that flow of love, fueling everything that you think, say, and do. Because your state is what you create from. So be the most powerful you on purpose. Love yourself and flow. Love you all. See you next week on the United Earth Angels Series podcast. We love you. Goodbye.